Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2025 related video here on my channel, and another reaction type video as well, because right now I'm about to listen in full for the first time to the Austrian entry for the upcoming edition of the Eurovision Song Contest, which as we all know will take place in 2 months' time in Basel, Switzerland. As always, you're welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below, and as always there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So we've known about the Austrian representative for many weeks. He was internally selected by the Eurovision team over in Austria and indeed the Austrian broadcaster ORF. It is JJ, real name Johannes. He's 23, from Vienna. He is half Filipino, was brought up in Dubai for a little while. He took part on the 9th series of The Voice here in the UK. He's also appeared on the television programme Starmania, which is essentially an Austrian version of the X Factor. That's what it looks like. He also attends the Music and Arts University of the city of Vienna after visiting the opera school of the Vienna State Opera. His musical style, I'm reading this from what I have in front of me, combines elements of opera and pop as a soprano type of countertenor with a range reaching into high soprano heights. He explores both genres through an intense and expressive vocal and interpretative approach. His song, which we've known the title of for quite some time, is Wasted Love, which has been co-written by himself, Theodora Spiric, that's Taya from Taya and Selena, Who the Hell is Edgar, Austria 2023, and Thomas Thurner. Now, Austria's form in Eurovision, if you ask me, is incredibly topsy-turvy. There's not really a great deal of consistency whatsoever. If we take a look at their history in Eurovision, they were there in 1957, the second Eurovision Song Contest. That's when they made their debut. They've only won twice. 1966 with Udo Jürgens, with his third entry in a row for Austria, it must be said, with Merci Chérie. He finished 6th, then 4th, then eventually won. And then in 2014 in Copenhagen, 11 years ago now, Conchita Wurst with Rise Like a Phoenix triumphed with 290 points. But over the past decade specifically, we had the Makes on home soil, a group with I Am Yours. They finished last with 0 points. Really quite disappointing. A very gentle tune, the guy pretending to play the piano, and then the piano burst into flames, you might well remember. What I do recall is that in the jury half of the results, this did all right for itself, but the public weren't keen at all, and somehow, when the votes were smushed together, this finished last with nothing. Okay. In 2016 we had Zoe with Loin d'ici, a rare Austrian entry in the French language. This did quite well, 13th place. The juries weren't so keen. The public did enjoy the rather cutesy nature of this one. In 2017 we had Nathan Trent with Running on Air. He finished 16th with 93 points, but the juries saved the day for him because the public gave him nothing. And that was, again, a fairly light-hearted number. He had a moon structure on stage, quite casually dressed. In 2018 we had Cesar Sampson with Nobody But You, and this surprisingly finished 3rd with 342 points. The juries really enjoyed this, the public not quite so much, but what a very impressive result, it has to be said. There was that moment where he was elevated ever so slightly, the stage floor rose up a little bit, and then there was that picture of him on screen with his arms open wide, if I remember correctly. Yeah, not a bad song. In 2019 we had Panda with Limits, and this did not qualify for the final in Tel Aviv that year. Very stripped back, not much to it at all. I remember it being quite a pretty performance, but it just wasn't very competitive at all. So, very up and down, the results already. Then we had 2 entries by Vincent Bueno. Alive would have been on stage in Rotterdam had the contest not been cancelled because of the pandemic. That was an okay entry, but again, maybe not quite strong enough. And then he came back with Amen, a ballad, which I have to say, I really enjoyed the live performance of. I think it's a pretty fine entry as a whole, but it didn't qualify. He sang it well, though. In 2022, we had Halo, Something Very Different by Lumix and Pia Maria. This was getting a lot of love upon its release. A very up-tempo, sort of dance pop number with a throbbing beat, but this failed to qualify. 15th place in semi-final 1 in Turin, 42 points. Juries weren't so keen, public weren't massively on board with this in the end. Pia Maria, if I remember correctly, was unwell around the time of the competition, so her vocals were a little bit shaky. Lumix was there pretending to DJ and everything. What I most remember is how excited Pia Maria was when the performance was over. She was bouncing up and down on the spot with sheer delight, and it was a real shame more people didn't get on board with this. But, you know, it is what it is. 2023, we had Taya and Selena with Who the Hell is Edgar. This opened the final in Liverpool. I remember part of this song being leaked, and some people were horrified that this could be a potential Eurovision entry. And then it was confirmed. And I think more and more people got on board with it. A lot of people were really enjoying it. A lot of people were ranking it highly. In the end, the juries liked this more than the public, which I don't think many of us saw coming at all back then in 2023. 15th place in the final, 120 points. Po, 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 po. And then last year, another song that was getting a lot of hype, and then that hype absolutely fell off a cliff. This was Colleen with We Will Rave. 24th in the final, 24 points. There was that slight camera malfunction, which was a bit of a shame. For such an up-tempo, lively number, it didn't really have a lot of vibrancy, I would say, the live performance. There was a bit of choreography and everything, which you would expect, but maybe it just fell a bit flat. Anyway, for the third year in a row, the Austrian entry begins with the letter W, Wasted Love. The music video is on the official Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel. It's just under 3 minutes long, and at the time of this recording you're watching now, it has had just under 100,000 views. There's been a lot of talk from Eurovision fans about the Dutch entry. What might France have up their sleeves? Oh, we're getting Czechia's entry very soon, Cyprus's entry very soon. What's going on with this Milkshake Man track from Australia? All of this stuff, which is very understandable. But Austria have just been lurking there in the background, waiting for their moment in the spotlight, and now it's here. And I've been saying for a good while, I've just had a good feeling about this one for a long, long time. I think this could be something very special indeed. Let's see if that is indeed the case. What I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching, that's the way it usually is, but chances are you've seen this by now anyway. The music video doesn't matter much. What matters is the song. Quality. Deliver the goods. Here we go, JJ. Let's see what you're all about. Impress me, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Here we go. Oh. Scared of water? Whoa, okay. Immediately I'm invested. We've got this rather haunting piano-like melody. He's sitting in some sort of forest, it looks like. Oh yeah, high vocals. Oh, this feels very haunting. I think that's the right word to use. Maybe a little spooky. Oh yeah, it feels like a somewhat menacing fairy tale almost. Maybe menacing's the wrong word, but I'm sure you can understand what I'm trying to get at here. Yeah, it feels like a fairy tale gone wrong, almost. I'm 40 seconds in. This is pretty good so far. A paper boat. Oh my Christ. Watch those jury points come in. I've just started the chorus. Whew. Get a load of those vocals in this studio version, and I have a feeling he's going to nail it live as well. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Love. I'm not going to try and sing this. I suppose this classical style of singing is not going to be to everybody's taste. It really isn't. But there's no denying it's very impressive when you've got a performer hitting those notes time and time again. This feels a little bit emotional. There's a downpour here in this music video, and he's clinging to this paper boat. This is quite impressive. Oh! A little bit more momentum now. Oh, God. Now he's drowning. Oh, God. Yeah, it feels almost terrifying in terms of its sound. You know, you're concerned about JJ right here. Look at him in the water, heavens above. It's got a real sort of menace to it, but it's not super overpowering, which is really welcome. This is going to do so well. So well. Oh, those notes. Oh, blimey. And now it's... Oh! Holy smokes! Oh, I'm in the club all of a sudden. Oh my God, this is the winning moment. This is a winning moment right here. All of a sudden we have gone from something that feels a little bit scary, but also precious and fragile and, you know, quite stirring. And now all of a sudden he's in some sort of opera house. I'm guessing this is probably the Vienna State Opera House. I really don't know. He's being lifted by all of these people and it's becoming very frantic. This on the Eurovision stage... Tell me this is not going to be a big moment. This is a cut above. We've still got a few seconds left. This is a cut above most of the other songs this year. With all due respect. This is leaps and bounds ahead of some of the songs that we've got this year. Look at Belgium's entry, because Red Sebastian, he's hitting some big notes in that song, Strobe Lights, no doubt about it. This is already better. I'm sorry to say. I'm already sensing this is better and will do better in the results. This has got to qualify for the final first. And if Europe has any sense about it, this is cruising through. And then in the final, this could be a jury winner. I'm already saying it could be a jury winner. Oh, my goodness me. It really is a song to show off those vocals. I've just pressed the wrong button. That is a seriously, seriously impressive song. I love how it builds. I love the frantic energy towards the end. It doesn't feel too jarring that we've suddenly gone from something quite tender to something that feels like it's calamitous somehow. Vocally, it's absolutely superb, and I have a feeling JJ will be nailing this live every time. Let's take a look at what some of the comments are saying. If JJ can pull this off live, we are looking at a jury winner. Oh my goodness me, I think so. I think this is in with a serious shot of winning. I've heard it once, that's all I need to hear. This is not a song, it is an art. Austria are here to slay. Absolutely incredible. I think we have a potential winner here. I wonder where people have ranked this in their rankings of this year's songs thus far. This is really promising, OMG. It is really promising. I'm very, very impressed. And even if this style, this somewhat classical style, is not really your thing, surely you can still recognise a good piece of music when it slaps you in the face. And this has just slapped me in the face and left a mark. and I have to say, I am very impressed. And I've not been impressed with a great deal this Eurovision season, as regular viewers of my content will know. But that is a bit more like it. These internally selected artists and songs seem to be saving the day once again. We've had Claude for the Netherlands, we've now had JJ for Austria, we're getting Luan for France soon, Adonis for Czechia as well. Oh yeah, slices of quality are starting to appear in this year's Eurovision Song Contest, and I am all for it. If I had to give this song a mark out of 10, 1 being dreadful, 10 being sensational, better than anything the Beatles ever released, I would say this has got to be a good 8 out of 10. Enormous potential. Enormous potential. I'm sure some of you are familiar with Rachel at the Piece Around here on YouTube. She makes great Eurovision-related content. I have a feeling when she gets around to this song, she's probably going to enjoy it a great deal. She'll find a lot to appreciate. Anyway, very impressive. Let me know what you think. I think that's a triumph. I really do. Those points will pour in, especially from the jurors. I'll be back with more Eurovision 2025 related content fairly soon. I have a video regarding the Melfest final, which I'd like to film at some point very, very soon. But until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.